Was it not Al's shit show the last segment as well?
The last, I guess this week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like, fucking 40% of the show is Al's, 20% is Bo's, 40% is mine. The way the segments are divided up, but we don't look at it like that. It's a menage a trois.
You need more.
Bo, do you want another segment?
Don't put that hard work on me.
Don't put that evil on me.
I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm not shooting to be valedictorian here. I'm shooting just to graduate.
Like he's like 3 of 3 means no matter what, I make podium here.
Yeah, buddy. I get to stand higher than the other one. I'm not getting picked last for dodgeball anymore.
Also, Katie, if Taekwondo does say something like that, we need to put it on the screen. So if it actually happens, we have proof when we prosecute.
True.
No.
Yes. See, I'm just saying.
Can you prosecute if he's trying to escape?
He's not trying to escape. Trust me. If he wanted to leave, he could leave at any time. Again, consensual.
Okay. Consensual is the key word there, ladies and gentlemen. Consensual.
This is your show now, Al. This is your piece of the pie now.
So after months and months and months and months of waiting for a fucking contract, Drew McIntyre has finally re-signed with the WWE, and he got a little special gift from The Rock.
He got
a fucking giant sword. He got a new Angela.
This big. It was so big.
William Wallace, you can't take my freedom.
No.
Yeah, Drew.
Who is overcompensating in this situation? Is it Drew or is it Dwayne? Which one is the one that is coming up a little short and needed the giant sword?
Yes.
Well,
was that part of his contract? Was, hey, I want a big giant fucking sword?
No, I think it was like something between him and Dwayne was like, oh, like when you re-sign, I'll give you this big ass sword.
Is that the one that Dwayne used in that Conan the Barbarian movie no one watched?
Probably.
Sure.
Yep, sure is. You heard it here first, ladies and gents.
I thought it was from Hercules. The other one
that one too. Whatever movie he was in.
When he was the Scorpion King, guys, remember the shitty CGI for that one where he was half rock, half scorpion?
Listen, I saw that movie for one reason and one reason only, and that's because The Rock was mostly naked through the whole thing.
Weren't you like 9 when that movie came out?
No.
The Rack was watching mostly naked people at 9. What is wrong with that?
Well, the Rack, wherever you come from, Rack, like I'm sure it's normal for 9-year-olds to do whatever the fuck you were doing at 9 years old. You're from Chicago. Things are different that far north.
So Scorpion King came out in 2002 when I was 16 years old.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense. Also watching naked people kind of young.
Mostly naked.
So partial wrestling, partial therapy.
I mean, basically.
Man, I watched Survivor where the first guy to ever win it was a butt naked dude. So
shout out to
there's that.
Richard.
We're watching. We're on Getting Off later, and I have notes about a knife fight. I have notes about a knife fight with a naked lady. You need to watch that show tonight.
Damn. I was like,
my notes literally have notes talking about
a
naked lady with a knife fight.
What are we? What are they covering tonight? Listen, if by popular demand y'all want the Rack to host that show, the Rack can host that show. Just let the Rack know.
Popular demand.
Popular demand. That's 2, 3 out of 5. That's chat right now.
Demand in the chat. Popular demand.
I can't wait to see Reek's fucking face of this shit.
I can't wait to see Reek's face. I've been missing that baby boy. Anyway, what we are discussing tonight on the Getting Off is the Devil's Rejects trilogy. So it would be House of 1,000 Boners, The Devil's Rejects, and Three in the Hole, or whatever those movies are called.
Almost there. You almost
Nicole
had it.
says yes. AJ, the official EVP of Rivet City Radio, says I want it, Rack. It's right there in the chat. People, thank y'all.
Bestie, we are back tonight, baby. Be happy.
That means we'll be drinking tonight.
So is that that's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock Central Time?
That is correct. At twitch.tv/Creation World.
All the free shout outs.
Oh Lord.
What's next on your list, Al?
Next on my list After Fightful Select reported that Finn Balor was expected to sign a long-term contract extension with WWE, Balor tweeted, "I have decided that now is the right time to say I ain't going nowhere," as part of a message thanking the company for 10 years. Per Fightful, Balor's current deal was going to be up in a couple of months. The new one is believed to be a multi-year, big money offer. The site also heard Balor was among the potential free agents AEW was looking to sign this year.
Yeah.
Well,
Fuck up Finn Balor.
Yes. Why not?
hydrate with your iron brew, Bo.
Iron Brew.
I've already drank
Iron
mine, dude.
brew.
It's
Oh, I thought you were
Oh,
like sipping on the sauce, Rack. Are you drinking a Sourheads Ghost energy drink?
Yes, I am. It is
Iron
sugar-free
brew.
and natural caffeine.
Iron brew.
Iron Brew.
It's
I
a
think we need to get
dreamsicle
Jackson
cream
those 'cause
soda.
I think he fell asleep while Al was reading the news about contracts. Are you awake?
Or me, I'm high. as
Yes,
shit.
you motherfucker. Yes, Garth
I'm
Brooks
wide
with the
awake.
checkered background. What are you doing?
Listen, you don't make
All right,
fun
Katy
of
Perry,
my
calm
friends
down
in
there.
low places.
Listen,
Well,
I love the Garth
You
Brooks.
just sit
Rack
down there.
Listen, the Rack is the
You
biggest fan of serial killers. I'm all about the Garth Brooks. Let's do this.
www.com.org.
Wow, that's crazy.
All right, cool.
God
I'm
damn.
here, I'm awake. You like that? You like that? Was a good one.
Did you not understand the shush, motherfucker?
No, I was telling you to shush.
Jeez.
That's me. I have this soundboard.
Oh, that's what Katie. She put that one up.
I don't have control in this fucking place.
oh my lord.
All right, Finn Balor's contract. Finn Balor's contract. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Finn Balor.
Not either.
Ferguson.
I'm glad he didn't go to AEW because I think he would get lost in the shuffle. And I know that's a really overused, parroted term, but I think that would be true for him. I also think that he's worth a long-term deal in WWE and should get at least one more major world title run. Y'all got any opinions on Mr. Balor?
I think all of the 5'4" sexy white men with accents should be on the same show, so send them to AEW.
I'm glad
That's an
that
Adam
Cody's
Cole
gone.
joke, right?
Well, Adam Cole has the American accent. Will Ospreay has the London accent. Finn Balor has whatever accent he has. Irish, I
Irish,
think.
yeah.
Irish.
The land of the ire. Yeah, no, like we do, just do all the things. Like send all the sexy little white men over there with all the different accents and let them beat the shit out of each other for fun. It'll be great. Tell me, listen, I know you and I have talked about the bulge in Finn Balor's pants and the six-pack above it, all right?
I'm just wait. Dick Print Finn needs to make a comeback. I'm just waiting.
Dude, Prince Devitt's fucking rocking.
Dick
Like-
Print Finn.
Dick Print Finn.
Finn.
All right.
When he,
Allison's
you remember
looking
when
at
he
it right
used
now.
to?
Look at the look on Allison's face. She is looking at the dick print right now.
She's
No.
like, oh.
I saw that Jim Cornette was trending on Twitter.
Oh, what the
That's-
fuck?
Oh,
That is
did
never
you
good.
did you see why?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a real fucking bad decision. I swiftly unfollowed Mr. Cornette after that one.
I saw it, but I didn't see the full thing.
He
Yeah.
had some things to say about Swerve.
The Swerve
He's
Kyle
just-
Fletcher match, and that I'll just leave it at that. He crossed many lines with the thumbnail that he chose to use for YouTube. And around
This is
here,
fucking racist. That's
we
weird.
say wrestling is for everybody. And at the beginning of the show, when I say hello to all my people, it's for everyone. So once you start picking and singling people out, that's when you're no longer part of that group.
Yeah, that that was something. Okay, anywho, fuck Jim Cornette.
I love you, Ty.
So we'll just
Fuck Jim Cornette. I'll say it publicly.
She threw him off a bookshelf.
The look on Bo's face says he just found the thumbnail.
we're just gonna
Yeah.
Has the
I'm
rack
gonna
seen it?
follow
Does the
that.
rack need to see it?
Then she
The Rack
takes-
does not need to see anything Jim Cornette. The Rack has not ever needed to see anything Jim Cornette. Like most people in the business, the Rack has seen Jim Cornette's wife, and that's all I need to see.
He's a cuckold. That's a Shakespearean term meaning he's a man who likes to watch his wife have sex with other men.
Shakespearean term?
It is.
It also involves a bit of humiliation in the subject as well. It's not just the act of watching your wife have sex with someone else. You need to be humiliated while doing so for it to be proper cuckolding.
Don't explain the joke, Will Party Tie. I'll change the subject, please.
Jeff Hardy has been telling people his AEW deal expires this spring, according to Fightful Select. The site notes that the general belief was AEW would extend Hardy's contract into next year due to the time missed following his DUI arrest and from injuries, but as of late March, they have yet to do so.
Timmy's here.
So Tommy
I'm
should
so excited.
be watching Getting Off later.
Yeah, the Rack's hosting Getting Off later, Tommy. Repeat the last sentence. I'm sorry, Timmy threw the whole line off again. We almost made it through an entire
AEW hasn't extended his contract, even though they can.
We don't need him. Wrestling does not need Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy does not need wrestling. Jeff Hardy needs to go the fuck home and sit down. Same with Matt.
He is already falling down just on his own, not off of things, just in general, because he can barely stand. Like, let us end this. Also, chat, please. This is Allison's show. I appreciate the love. If you continue to interrupt her, the Rack will have to leave.
The Rack will go
please
back
just
in the hole.
Simmer. Let Allison do her shit. All right, this isn't about me. But thanks.
It's always about you, Rack.
For once, it's about the Rack.
He's been posting some really cryptic shit on his social medias with the new mask that he's making and some new face paint that he's working on, and it's all related to the Willow character. How do you guys think about like him maybe coming back with broken Matt Hardy at some point as the Willow character, which is what they wanted to do with it originally?
Listen, if Jeff Hardy goes to TNA, I'm going to make sure that Matt gets a refund for that $1 on his YouTube.
Like, I'm sorry, I get it. The Hardys
It's a good dollar to spend, buddy.
did what they had to do in the business, and like the broken Matt Hardy thing and the found deletions led to some cool shit that we've got. It's time for the Hardys to pack it up and go home. It's like 2024 wrestling does not need the Hardy Boys or the Dudleys.
I love the Dudleys. They're my GOAT tag team.
I love Devon. Bubba Ray can kiss my ass.
Art person.
Oh, Bubba Ray just talks some shit to Piper Niven, and I don't like it.
Which one is Ned Stark? Somebody translate this for me. Is that Drew McIntyre?
I believe it is Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Also,
They
Confirmed,
can
Drew
be
McIntyre.
everyone's favorite tag team. I'm just saying we don't need them in 2024.
I also agree we don't need them in 2024. Sorry. Sansa's dad in Game of Thrones. I know who he was in Game of Thrones, Nicole.
he was a lot of people's father in Game of Thrones, just not Jon Snow's.
Edgelord Punk, but I like him more than Ned Stark. Bully and Piper are awesome. Dude, they've been going off on Twitter.
It's so funny. Honestly, though, I do think it is a work.
I just don't like him and his takes.
No, it's fair.
He's a jerk. I will give you that. He's a nut.
Her comebacks are
gold. Oh, she's roasting him every chance she gets.
She is the queen of comebacks.
She is the queen of comebacks. She started going after somebody else too that like was chiming in.
She started going after that stupid fucking weird man, bald man who looks like a fish. That was Javon Evans.
Oh yeah, why are we talking about the Rack? He does not. You do not look like a fish, buddy.
Wow, I was not talking about the Rack. That's crazy. No, you guys know.
Jack Bo.
Yeah, Kevin Scampoli.
I don't even give his
I
name
don't know
the
what
time
his
of
name.
day.
I can't even say his fucking name.
I have reported his Twitter multiple times, and that shit's still up, and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Because he's racist and sexist and a piece of garbage.
I hate those. Those are my worst. Those are like the worst personality traits to have.
Racist, sexist, and a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I would think that's the worst.
That's up there.
Some of the worst.
That's pretty much terrible. Terrible, if you will.
Terrible.
Reported all of his tweets. The rack. What's next for you there, Al?
Next, TNA had at least preliminary discussions about bringing Tessa Blanchard back, per PW Insider. It's not clear if the company reached out to their former world champion, just that they talked about doing so.
Before you guys rip this to shreds, I'm changing the name of the episode to Things Wrestling Doesn't Need in 2024. Y'all go.
Is that because The Rack is here? Listen, racism is clearly alive in 2024 in professional wrestling. It is making a fucking comeback. Jim Cornette, Tessa Blanchard. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Why is this anyway?
Why are they trying to bring the Crimson Chin back into this business when she had an opportunity to right her wrongs and make it better? And what did she do with that opportunity? She shit on it because she's stupid.
I love you, Katie. Before we continue, Bridget said Taekwon showed me a video of a golden girl birthing a hand. Mae Young having with that moolah bitch. That may be the best two comments in Botched Spots and Share Shots history. A video of a golden girl birthing a hand with that moolah bitch.
All right, so listen. On the note of Tessa Blanchard, The Rack would not grace that chin with his seed, let alone TV time. That is all I have to say on that.
If she shows back up on TNA, I'm done watching. Period.
They will lose the little bit of following they have gained recently. They will lose it.
I'll like you could kiss a lot. I could see a lot of stars not wanting to do their off dates with, like, Namath being one of them, Ali being one of them. Like, all these ones that just dealt with bullshit in another company aren't going to want to go to a new company and deal with bullshit like that.
Yeah, like.
Can you confirm this, Ty? Do we know if Ricochet and Tessa Blanchard?
Yeah, they dated for a while.
Did they?
Oh, yeah. Ricochet.
What?
Years and years and years ago, but yeah.
I have no idea.
She's tickled that pickle.
Huh.
You know that if
got light skin in it, but that is.
So did one of the
Ricochet, and it does say Tessa Blanchard, and the first thing that comes up is Tessa Blanchard denies WWE Performance Center fight with ex-boyfriend Ricochet.
Yeah. You know, one of the Ninja Sex Party girls tickled the pickle too.
With Ricochet?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We do know. We do know about him in the gymnast, Katana Karma or whatever the fuck her name is. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that there you go. I'm assuming that Tess is the first one to stick something up Ricochet's ass, and that's where that started.
You got to start somewhere, bro. Everybody's got to be somebody's first.
Speaking of more things
in your ass,
don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. The rack showed up. The show went off the rack. Went off the racks. Went off the rails.
More things that wrestling doesn't need in 2024. Variety notes that Chris Jericho's horror movie Dark Match will premiere later this year, and that Blue Finch Films has purchased worldwide distribution rights for the film.
I can guarantee you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. You will never see on the show Getting Off a horror movie starring, produced by, directed by, written by, or involving Chris Jericho in any way, shape, or motherfucking form.
Where did you get the headlines for today? Like, are we like living in a parallel universe?
There was not a whole lot of news this week.
I did take a couple really big headlines away from her in her defense that I saved for the end of the episode for the month and stuff so we could talk about them. So I know you're like, how are we not talking about this or this or this? It's because I'm going to wait to bring them up later so I can steal her thunder.
Stop it.
That's right, Chester.
Listen, the rap just had That's So Raven vision. I don't know what the problem is.
So on to other things. Darby Allin might as well be indestructible at this point. He got hit by a motherfucking bus and still managed to go to a play.
He went to a Broadway play after getting hit by a fucking bus.
Oh my God, Matt's back.
I need to take my glasses off just for 1 second for this. I retract everything that I ever said about Brody King not hitting hard enough because this man said he's the one driving the car that hit that bus. So no, shout out to him.
Hit Darby.
Whatever it was. Brody took credit for that. So yeah, no. I recant every negative statement I said about him.
Literally last night you were talking shit about Brody King, and then an hour after the show ended, I see Darby Allin gets hit by a bus while he already has a broken foot, possibly broke his nose. We all thought he was gonna die on Everest. He might die before he gets to Everest.
That would be a point.
He posted on Instagram that awkward moment when you're crossing the street in New York with a broken foot and get hit by a bus. At least I can have a good time with Raymond, whoever, and catch a Broadway show.
Like,
what if he's doing all of this so he doesn't have to climb Everest? What if he's like, oh shit, guys, I might die on that mountain. So instead, I'm going to intentionally do things that will hurt me so I don't have to climb the mountain.
I don't think anyone wants to get hit by a bus.
What's the opposite of a sadist? Somebody who wants to hurt
a masochist.
A masochist.
Masochist?
Yeah.
Hashtag Darby fears Everest.
Hashtag Darby fears Everest. Start that here, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag Darby fears Everest.
Imagine you're just working at that Broadway show and you see Darby with like a bandage, like
all over his face.
I'd have been like, sir, I can't let you in the building.
2 for Mean Girls, please.
Yeah.
Hi.
Can I see the Lion King?
Can I have 2 for the Phantom of the Opera, please?
Yeah, right. I'm in cosplay.
Yeah, I'm in cosplay, just the wrong mask.
He might actually be indestructible. Look at that face.
Yeah. Trigger warning, Alice. Jesus.
I already put the trigger warning out.
We need it again.
Yeah.
That's another Darby picture.
He looks better in that picture than he does the other one.
Damn, that's actually crazy.
No.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
You can't shut your shit off.
I was trying to show
Put it down.
thing.
I'm cutting that the fuck out. There's a reason why I said I didn't want that to be on the show.
No, I know. I was trying to find the other picture of Darby.
That was a really shitty way to do that.
I thought that was the tab. I clicked the wrong tab. Anyways, Fightful also mentioned that as of Friday morning, several people in the WWE did not know what brand they were going to be assigned to during the WWE draft. In addition to that, several people in NXT were worried about their roster being picked dry in the draft. Others were concerned about being called up to the main roster without a creative plan in place.
I mean, I don't think NXT will get quote unquote picked apart. I mean, there's only one night of the draft left, and there's still 98% of the main roster left to draft. I think there might be like 2 or 3 more people from NXT, maybe 4 or 5, but I don't think they're going to get like picked apart. I do see the getting caught up without a creative plan, though. That would be a fear if I was in their spot. I 100% get that. But I think they'll be all right, depending on who they draft.
I do not want to see Ilya be paired up with Imperium.
That's what I said.
Like,
I need Ilya and Gunther just to fight. I don't care if it's every night.
Straight out of each other.
Fist fight all over the arenas every chance you get.
Like, I want a Brody King Darby Allin feud between them two.
Just show up at a Hot Topic. Gunther's in a Hot Topic.
Yeah. Motherfucker. And start beating the shit out of each other at Target. Like, yeah.
Yes.
They could
No.
recreate the Booker T Stone Cold scene where they were in the
Yeah.
grocery store.
That's tonight's Rivals episode is Booker T and Stone Cold.
Oh, yeah.
I might watch that one.
Like a Men's Warehouse.
Yeah.
Like,
They go to Taylor's. They're getting custom fitted for his suit, and Gunther just starts choking
strangling.
Elio with one of them tape measures. Like,
Measuring tapes. See, give me the pen. I got this.
Listen, the rack has nothing but respect for Katie and Jacksbo right now because definitely I felt like Daddy hit Mommy at the dinner table and y'all are just still eating your meals like nothing happened. I'm very proud of you. Keep going.
We took care of it. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I know what to do. I'm a professional, damn it.
We just keep rolling. This is a podcast. Ain't nobody gonna watch this video anyway, so I'll cut that part out and pretend movie magic. That never happened.
Like,
What
I
happened?
said I wasn't gonna give that asshat any airtime. I won't once this is. It'll be gone before it ever happened.
there's just I do have a fear that some people will get called up with no plans and they'll get lost in the fold. And instead of them doing the smart business and returning them to NXT, they'll release them.
You mean like they did to Cameron Grimes?
Yeah. I think it's almost if you get drafted from NXT to Raw or SmackDown, it's one of those sink or swim moments. If you can't swim up here, maybe it's time for you to move on. But at the same time, that's a lot to do with the creative team. You got to at least give them a pool to swim in.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yes.
Yes.
Jacksbo, if that is the case, can you explain to me why Natalia is still on my TV every week?
Also true.
She has a picture of someone in a provocative position with a goat.
She's got an NDA. WWE loves those.
She has a time machine and witnessed some shit and had to go change some shit. TC talked all about it.
She does keep getting oddly younger.
And her boobs keep getting bigger, which is
every injury.
Listen, there is nothing wrong with that.
Every injury, she comes back with a younger face and bigger tits.
Yeah, it's like
I'm jealous.
It's like, you know how like
so does AEW apparently.
Predators, where they mark their forehead after every kill.
Yeah.
Every time she gets a new injury, she gets bigger tits.
I still stand behind Matt Ritter's opinion that Jenny Neidhart is the more superior Neidhart sister.
She is.
She's hot.
Like, just throwing that out there.
Everyone else, Natalia.
I think that Jim and Jenny are like here, and then Natalia and as far as the Neidhart side of the family goes, at least.
You need to go watch the more WCW, then that might change your opinion on Jim Neidhart and where he stands in that family.
Oh, you're not the biggest Neidhart guy?
Listen, Will, again, so when Matt Ritter has to watch things, the rack is sitting in his mind as if he is sitting at a movie theater, also viewing things. Sometimes I fall asleep like Jacksbo does during podcasts. Sometimes
I'm not asleep.
I haven't. Listen, I'm just anyway. Sometimes I pay attention, right? And this WCW run for the Neidhart and the Bulldog, not the best. Not really entertaining, not worthwhile. Brett realized that Brett hasn't fucked with them since they showed up. He didn't give two shits about them. I'm just saying. And that's family. He chose Lex Luger over his family, Will. What does that tell you?
Also true.
Neither here nor there. Allison, I am so sorry for stealing your show. Please.
No, you're good. I do suspect that Natty is going to be spending a lot of time in doing things for NXT, maybe not in front of the cameras, but behind. She posted today, not that long ago, she said it's a picture of the original dungeon, and then she said, "This is the original dungeon at the Hart House where I learned to wrestle. Established in 1953, some of the greatest professional wrestlers in the world learned here under my grandfather. The dungeon, located in a small room in the basement, had wooden walls and an amateur wrestling mat. If you got thrown too hard, your head or feet would go through the ceiling. For those who trained there, you learned if you could survive the dungeon, you could survive anything. I've never felt more ready. Hashtag NXT Underground." And then she added WWE NXT. So Natty is going to be invading Matt Ritter's favorite show.
She has already had. She has the scheduled match with the Miami Vice next week. Excited for Miami Vice versus Natalya with no ropes. Shayna Baszler is also coming down. She is training with Miami Vice. She is doing her thing. Carmen Electra is working with what? What is your problem, Katie? Why?
Carmen Petrovich, you were close.
That is what I said. Anyway, she is working with the Natalyas. They're going to do their thing. It is the only time that Matt Ritter has been excited for a Natalya match in the last 10 years. So, let's see what happens.
But I think what she's doing in NXT, I think NXT is a good place for her. I know everybody gives her a lot of hate, but she does have a lot of wisdom that she can share with, younger talent.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things that she can tell them not to do.
Make sure you
A lot of matches of hers
bad.
we can. There was a lot of matches we can watch where they're like, "All right, you see this? This is bad timing. Make sure you do better." I agree.
My last one is Jimmy Uso's name wasn't in the draft pools released because he is out with an undisclosed injury, says Fightful. No word on how long Jimmy will be sidelined. I guess that's why they kicked him out of the bloodline.
Speedy recovery, buddy.
Yeah, you just hope for the best and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are dropping like flies.
Yes, Rack?
Did the Rack miss where y'all talked about how Tony Khan said he was Pepsi because he was trying to avoid?
No, we have not
fact that he
gotten
was
there
Coke?
yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scouts has lots of injuries this week. There has been a lot of injuries in any company.
Alone.
It sucks. Speedy recovery. Jimmy's a great wrestler. I like him. I just wish that it sucks that he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's all yours? Well, it's the end of the month, so we're gonna knock a couple things out.